But lanes, I mean, what I'm trying to drill into is that lanes over everything. You have to push lanes. Even if your wife is about to leave you, you have to push the lane. You have to.
Gotcha.
Even if the marriage is on the line. You know, your baby's about to be delivered, you gotta push the lane. It's more important. I'm telling you.
Yes, yes.
So, what is your idea going into Shadow Fiends? I mean,
Going into Shadowfiend, I would say going into Shadowfiend, it's very much I would say it's very much like an amplified version of my usual game plan. Well, when I go into lane, my first the first thing on my mind is always okay, how can I feel the enemy hero out? Because I want to feel out the enemy, like the enemy guy. Um, and by feeling them out, what I mean is I want to see if I'm better than them. If I'm actually better than them, I will try to go for the solo kill at level 6. And if not, then I will try to, try to do other things. So I'm basically trying to do these little, I guess, I guess what you could call micro aggressive sort of things.
Okay.
And see just how, let's see here. I don't think the lane went particularly well here, but in this game.
Do you think this matchup is more favored for Arc Warden or Shadow Fiend?
I think it's a skill matchup. Very much a skill matchup.
Oh, okay.
Now, would that be true or not? I don't know.
I think it's actually favored for Arc Warden. And there's a few reasons for that. I don't think it's not like I don't know. I think there's like some matchups that are extremely one-sided, like against Necro, for example.
Yes.
Like Necro gets completely bodied,
Yes.
or Storm Spirit. I would say
Okay.
it's like, I think it's like 60-40. Like it's like you should definitely win, but also like it's not necessarily like obvious, I guess. And so like the main things is, first of all, Shadow Fiend has very low base damage. So he's starting with 49 attack damage and you have like 62. So you have almost, I mean, that's like, what is that, 12, 13 damage on him? Like that's a lot of damage.
So play for the last hit deny game.
Not necessarily. So that I mean,
can also hit. Oh yeah, I can also hit him. I can
yeah.
also hit him. Yeah.
Yeah. So
The
like
thing that I'm worried about is him starting wraiths. No, not wraiths. That would be me. I'm starting wraiths, but him starting shadow races, and then like the second I go for that, he'll go for a shadow race combo, and that that'll basically like if he hits that like level 1 or level 3 when he gets like the second point in it, like I have I will say I've lost a lot of lanes to not respecting that.
Yeah. Yeah, and like these are the things where it's like it's that why I say it's like not necessarily obvious. Like I think like if you kind of like trace these like if he does this then I do this, if I do that then he like if you trace those far enough, like it always Arc Warden kind of always comes out on top, but you have to know these things. So for example, like just the basics again is that you do have higher base damage, and Spark Wraith is also a great way of securing creep, so he should basically not get any denies on you, which is an important thing.
I would say this guy was good. At least I would consider him to be pretty decent.
Yeah, so we have
sorry.
So no, it's fine. So we have that advantage. That's great. Also, like you said, like Shadow Fiend mostly wants to, like, his big play is to try to get like 3 raises on you, right? That's like what he wants to do.
Yes.
But in order to do that, he has to like be able. It's basically a positioning thing, so he needs to be able to position well to do that, and Flux is a great tool to prevent him from doing that, right? So
Yeah.
I think like when you're looking at like when you're like looking theoretically at uh how this lane should go, it's like, well, I should be able to hit him. His counterplay is
Yeah.
raises, but my Flux can counter that. So like that's kind of conceptually how we're gonna deal with what he wants to do.
I've also I will also say this. I make it like I make rune rune control. I
mhm,
make that like a higher priority against Shadow Fiend because
mhm,
at least when I was playing back then, he was very much about bottle
mhm.
and like choking the rune like I guess the rune supply from him uh,
Yeah,
would hypothetically do a lot. I think.
yeah. No, I think that's good. I think that's good.
Hmm.
What I'm seeing now though is I think that probably I would say that this lane is uh is really hard now. Like I think you've kind of
Hmm.
already lost your advantage in this lane. Um
Probably yes.
like in these like you said, I don't think it's even, but I do, like I
Hmm.
said, I think it is
You do think
like,
it's in my favor? Yeah.
yeah, but like
Right on.
in
Right
in
on.
these lanes where it's like a small advantage, like I would say like a 10% advantage or something, like
You
that
need to
means that like you have to keep it
you
up.
need to push the you need to push the
Yeah.
advantages that you have to make sure that it goes that way.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you bring up a good
Mhm.
point about like he does have this like really strong level 3 timing. And if he gets
Yeah.
this and if he gets these souls like he has now, it starts to feel really
Mhm.
hard. And so the key is like
Exactly.
we want to think about when our timings are. Like when are we strong and when can we pressure him? And
Mhm.
um the first thing is that yes, his level his level 1 raise thing can be annoying, but if he spends his mana on like we it's actually better for him to spend his mana. If he's going to spend his mana to harass us with raises, we would rather that be
Then
at
he
level 1 than at level 3, right?
and it also means he won't have the mana to secure things like a range creep. I see
Yeah.
where you're going there. Okay.
So I think that basically, again, it's not I like this is not an easy thing to do, but you need to be
Mhm.
thinking of, so first of all, on the first wave, the first few waves, first of all, he shouldn't deny us at all, so that's like one thing. So if he's denying,
Yeah.
that's a skill issue. um
Mhm.
and then the other thing is like, okay, um then theoretically I should be able to also deny all of my creeps because my damage is higher than his. Now,
Yeah.
so then his only play is to raise the creeps. And so basically what you want him to do is you want to
Mhm.
force him to choose between raising creeps and raising you. So you want to say like, okay,
Okay.
you can raise me, but if you do that, then I get to deny a creep. Or if you want
Okay.
to raise the creeps, then you won't be able to raise me, and then I'm going to beat the shit out of you. Does that make sense?
Exactly.
And
Yes.
so
Makes a lot of sense.
the key thing is going to be making sure you're not standing near the creeps, but also close
Yeah.
enough to him that you can hit him.
Yeah. So moving off to the sides. Basically not
Yes.
standing directly on top of the range creep. Yeah. Like engaging him from the sides. Oh, yeah.
Yes. And
I see.
also, one thing that would make this whole thing a lot easier is if you, I mentioned this in my laning video, but
Mhm.
getting a good block at level 1
Yeah.
is like, can be the difference between winning and losing some matchups. Um,
Yeah. I will say
because,
this though. In
Mhm,
this like in this bracket, I found that it's much more. See, even given vision of that. Well, I tried to get us there, but
mhm.
I will say in this bracket, it's more important that I'm there for the rune fight. Um,
I, uh, what do you mean by that? Why do you think you say in
I,
this brackets?
well, I mean, well, I don't know. I don't know. I think what I've always I mean I can't remember, but they weren't blocking back
Hmm.
the whole blocking thing wasn't really what they were doing when I last played, so maybe I should be focusing on that. My I guess my counter thing to that was that being there for the rune fight, and being there to just plop down as many raids as possible, because that's well, that's a lot of that's a lot of power.
Mm-hmm.
It's also like you said, Arc is very powerful, like right in the early game, or like the
Mm-hmm.
start game, then the laning phase as well. So like lending that power to the rune fight, which people are inevitably going to go for because they
Yeah.
will. They will want to fight for these runes. They're animals down here. It's great. I love it. But yeah. Um, so, is there is there a I guess a point where I really is there a specific timing where I can leave and then get off the, because I'll write that down. Hold on. Is there a point where I should be back and ready to block the creeps?
Uh,
Is there a specific time?
I so my unfiltered advice is
Mhm.
don't fight the rune ever. Just don't do it.
Okay.
Um,
All right.
and there's a few reasons. There are some games where it would have been the right thing to do, but I think it's like maybe 10% of games or something.
Okay.
Um, like
Okay.
if you look at like theoretically, what can we gain? Maybe a first blood, but it's unlikely that we will actually get it, right? Like it'll maybe go to my one of my teammates, and two out of the
Okay.
five heroes that are going to be at like our supports, like first blood on supports is just not that useful. Um,
Is it
so like first blood,
okay?
if you're playing a hero like Viper or something, like someone that can easily secure first blood, like yes, you should do that, but like
Hmm.
that it's not a guarantee that we would get it anyways. And then you also get to secure like 40 gold for everyone, which I guess is like kind of nice,
It's nice, but
but
not too huge.
you're losing two things if
Mhm.
you go for the rune. If you're there and you actually like do like if you're going to be at the rune fight, you're going to probably spam spark rates. Like what else are you going to do? And so then
Yeah.
you're going to come to lane with like half mana or something, and
Yeah.
maybe an extra 40 gold, Like it's
Okay.
just not worth it. And also you might miss your block. It's more like you're not gonna have a better block than they are.
Right on. Right on. So it's well, it's a trade for another thing. Okay.
Yeah. It's
Um.
just yeah,
Mainly
it's really just not efficient. Also like Arc Warden has like one of the lowest base movement speed in the game. So like it's all like
Oh,
there's so
just
many times where I like go to the rune fight and then I end up dying too. And then you definitely miss your block and it's really bad.
yes. Okay. All right. So that's the first thing. Don't fight for runes. Okay.
Yeah. Don't fight for
Don't
runes
die unless
and
it's
prioritize
really
blocks.
yeah. Prioritize the block. Yes. I thought I see here. This is one of those few things. Here, I was like, okay, can I make him throw the auto there to maybe make me miss it?
Mm-hmm.
That's one of those few things where I was like, okay, let's see. And I mean, of course, it's gonna cost me a range quit, but yeah. At this point, I was mainly just thinking. My thought is, can I feel him out? Okay.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
See here.
I guess I don't really think about. I'm not saying that what you're doing is bad, but I
Mhm.
don't really think
Okay.
about matchups in that or like laning in that way. Like I don't really. Maybe it's a mistake of mine, but I
Mhm.
don't really play the player. I just play the matchup. Like I just think
Okay.
about like I only think about like I expect them to do what they should. I guess like I expect them to
Yes.
play well. And
Mhm.
the great thing is that and then you just like wait for them to make it, like if you can wait for them to make a mistake, that's fine, but like I think
Yes.
in my experience, like I don't really ever like want to sort of like
You,
make a play
you
because
don't
I
want to
think they're
go.
gonna make a mistake or something. I
No,
only make a play if
yeah,
they've
yeah,
already made a mistake, or I try to set them up to make a
yeah. Okay.
mistake.
Yes. Gotcha. Gotcha.
um okay, so the last thing I want to talk about, I want to say two more things. So first of all, I guess have you watched my video about laning?
Yes, yes. It's
Okay,
been a while, though.
so
But yeah.
basically the idea is that if you get that good block, obviously against Shadow Fiend, it's really nice in particular because you have more space on the left and the right side to dodge
Mhm.
races. But I mean, the main thing that you want to be doing is the like Spark Wraith behind them, and then you beat them up until they walk into the Spark
Ah,
Wraith. And then if they walk into the Spark Wraith and then back off, then you put a Spark Wraith between them and the creep, so they have to walk into another Spark Wraith to come back to the creeps, and you just
mhm.
keep doing that. So Spark Wraith behind them, hit them to walk into it. If they don't want to walk into it and they just keep hitting you, that's great because first of all, you're on the high ground, and also you have 71 base damage, right? Like there's almost
Yes.
no hero. It'd have to be like a Viper or a Huskar, um,
Yeah. And
like to
even then,
make
you can
this.
just plop down your. Even then, you can plop down the field, and
Yeah,
then
and
you
even
win
at
that
level
anyway.
one, like I would still trade into those heroes
Oh
on the
yeah,
low
yeah,
ground.
yeah. I would say ever since it's been made universal, it's been a lot. I don't know if this is just feel or maybe me looking at the game with fresh eyes or something, but it's those particular heroes have been a lot easier to deal with
Mm-hmm.
actually.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it's very nice. So that's the main thing, and I would say that you shouldn't be afraid to use all of your mana at level one. I often do.
Hmm.
I think like level one, level six are like Arc Warden's like two
The
strongest
big timing.
timings in general. Like there's no other
Okay.
hero that can actually expend their entire mana pool at level one
Hmm.
efficiently. I mean, I guess like Viper, but that's contingent on uh the enemy kind of being out of
Visage.
position, right? Like if
Visage,
you're
Visage can also can with
oh yeah, yeah,
level
yeah,
one
with soul
level one.
assumptions. Yeah. That's
Yes.
true. And
Hmm.
I think it's you want to take advantage of that because like yeah, you might
Yeah.
be out of mana, but I think if you do it properly, like the enemy mid laner can either die or which would give you mana
Yes.
that would give
Okay.
you money to buy regen, or they are like maybe got like they're like 4 denies on them, or so you have like a level advantage, or they're like super low.
Yeah. Except okay. I gotcha. I gotcha.
I played against like an
What do you think?
Earthshaker the other day, and like the lane was just
Oh,
over at
that
level
matchup is
one because
yeah, that's a really hard one. I mean, I can bully him as much as, but yeah, I think that hero is also just very overtuned right now. I don't know if that's correct.
yeah, it's definitely hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that if you do this, the matchup is not that bad actually. So that was one thing. Oh yeah, and then the other thing is the starting items. I think the starting items are. I don't think that you
Yeah.
should like ever buy a Quelling Blade if you're a universal
Really?
hero. Yeah.
Oh,
It's
right.
just
Not
like
only universal. Okay.
I mean
But
it's
what
just
if
like
I
you're
will use it to you can use it to cut the trees and get more kind of vision. That's you will see me do that in a lot of games. But all right, all right. Yeah.
yeah, I mean it's just like the amount of like the all stat items are
Yeah.
the most cost effective ones at the beginning of the game because you have more slots than
Yes.
you do money. And
Hmm.
so like if you spending 100 gold on this thing,
Yeah,
like
and
you could have
not
plus
getting
two
health. Yeah,
all
you can get
stats. Yeah.
yeah, you'll get health, you'll get mana, you'll get a little bit of armor. Okay. Yeah, I
And
see what you mean. I
damage
see what
too.
you
It's like 4 damage or something.
mean.
3 damage. Um so yeah, I think those are the things, those are the main things. So like starting item build, I mean, but the main thing is I think that your plan, if you had a
Yeah.
plan going into this lane, is like
Yeah.
uh not that good. Um
Okay.
I would almost never level magnetic field against Shadow Fiend.
Not even to secure runes.
No, because here's the thing that I'm gonna rant a little bit about this, but
Go ahead. Go ahead.
people like I sometimes level magnetic field to secure runes, but it's
Hmm.
specifically against like you can secure runes like a normal hero. Like
Yeah.
it's not like when you're playing Storm Spirit that like you can't secure runes because you don't have magnetic field. It's just that those heroes secure runes in a normal way by pushing the wave and harassing people, right? And you can do
Yeah.
that with Arc Warden's abilities, right? Like
Yeah. You can
at
plop down a
level
wraith
6,
to
bro.
block their paths. Yeah,
Yeah,
you can block down. Yep. Yeah,
at level 6 with 3 points in Flux and 2 points in Spark Wraith, like if you
you kill
just
him.
go on him before level 6, it's fine if they TP out, right? Because then we've secured a rune, right? You force them to TP out at like 5 minutes 50, like it's okay, dude, nice, but like now they don't have a rune, and we accomplished the exact same thing that we would have if we had a magnetic field, but now this guy isn't in the lane either, right?
Okay.
It's just, yeah, I think that magnetic field or leveling magnetic field, like the only time that I think this is good is if you're playing against a
Yeah.
hero that you cannot threaten to kill at level 6, and also they don't they and also they want to harass you out of lane. So I think like against like I think Ogre Magi is one that I've for some reason actually played against several times yesterday.
Oh,
That's
Ogre
one.
Match. I will say I also have played against that one, and I think I figured the matchup out. The matchup is, well, you have to suck it up and then just buy more tangos. Just
Mhm.
buy 3 or 4 more sets of tangos, because he is going to get the levels to make that ignite really really hurt. So you're just gonna have to suck it up. You're just gonna have to buy as much region as you need, um because otherwise you're gonna you're gonna feed him, then he's gonna have a level advantage, and he's gonna he does have the ability to run away. But if you don't give him that, if you just go even, then you'll you'll win, because he's not that good late.
I agree, but I would also
Mhm.
say that I think that's a matchup where Magnetic Field is good because you can, since he's a low movement speed hero, you can use it to secure both runes. So
Yeah.
you can walk to one rune and then use Magnetic Field to secure the other one.
Mm. All right, so
So
I grab, yeah, I got the haste here, which
mhm,
when I get a haste rune, I will immediately let my I will let the side laners know I will that I'm coming into gank.
that's good.
Yeah, and I will keep going. I'm gonna keep going here, but not to
Unfortunately, you
die.
don't have ult here,
Oh,
obviously.
yeah. I figured, I was like, okay, I'm very close. I might get creep or something, but you maybe not, maybe not. Right. But yeah. So basically, the rune control was one of my, I would say, it was one of my highest priorities in this, specifically in this matchup. But yeah, having level 6 here, yeah, I guarantee you, I think you're right there. You would, well, it would have been a kill then. Oh,
Do you understand though why I don't think that Magnetic Field is good to level against Shadow Fiend though?
yes. It's
Okay.
because when it's going mid, it's mainly, we're talking about, it's the wraiths that, no, not the wraiths, it's the raises that are
Yeah.
the, yeah, are the primary thing here. Right. So right here, I have a DD. I try to go here. I drop it. Yeah. There
Uh,
is the other thing where the field will let you kind of sometimes dive and maybe take a tower, but I mean, those are edge corner cases. I guess that's probably.
yeah, but the flux also might make it an extra point in flux might make it so you don't have to go under the tower.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Better avoid the situation. No. Okay, I
Yeah.
see. I see.
I would say like basically my mentality is
Hmm.
um like I try to avoid leveling magnetic field as long as I possibly can. And so
Hmm.
if I feel
That's
like
also that's also the way that's also the way it used to be. Okay. Okay.
yeah,
I gotcha.
I think like if I ever feel like I need to have magnetic field leveled, then I try to think of a way to, if like is there any way that I can get around it? You know, it's like, oh, do I need like for example, do I need it to secure runes? It's like, well, maybe it would be nice to have it to secure runes, but I think like maybe
Mhm.
if I just like actually go on them or try to push the wave in before the rune spawns or like go
Yeah.
on them before the rune spawns, stuff like that. If you just like flux someone, any hero that doesn't have a mobility, you'll beat them to the rune. Um,
True.
so
True. Yeah.
I think there's a lot of creative ways that you can use your other two spells to kind of
Yep.
make magnetic field not required, and like I mean,
Yes.
the power of having like high points in these other abilities, like just like it's insane
It's the
how much
damage
damage you
and the
can deal. Like
values.
you can just like
Yeah,
walk
yeah.
up to any support and just like insta kill them from like 1,000 range away.
Yeah, I actually did the math earlier. Yeah, and that was a bit of a feat.
Yeah, I'm noticing that you're spending a lot of time like running between the side
Side
lanes,
lanes.
which is not necessarily a
Yes.
bad thing. Um,
No, I try
my
to be
crit
very, very active.
my critique though
Yes.
is that you're doing this and you don't have boots, so
Oh,
you're
right.
wasting a lot of
True,
time.
true, true. Yeah. Okay.
So I would like I don't think that what you're doing is a bad thing, but I think
Mhm.
that if
But boots,
like
boots need
like
to come
you
first.
want to plan it, like you want to be intentional, like before the game starts.
Yeah, yeah.
I would recommend that you look at their side lanes and be like, is this a game where I want to rotate to side lanes, or is this a game where I
Hmm.
just want to sit in my lane and rush Midas, right? And if it looks like a
Okay.
good game to rotate on side lanes, then I would say get boots first, because it's going to
Mhm.
save you a lot of time. um but otherwise you can just go for this Midas rush, like that's completely fine.
Yes. Gotcha.
Okay, let's see.
And I also,
So
well, I find that, if I get the Midas, it's just a matter of getting like the two Midas, well, popping the Midas twice, then you have your boots already. But
that's
there
true,
probably are
yeah.
some games where I should be getting boots before Midas. I was a big fan of that, like beforehand, but it was not, yeah. And that's of course, I can already see, well, one of the things that, well, first of all, I put my main hero at a like I should have been fucking around in there, like where their pull camps are instead, and just plopping down wraiths
Yeah, I would.
instead of reading it out.
What's your goal by being here?
My goal by being here, well, first of all, let's see here. It's a like it's a hard lane, I would say, for the two that are up here, the Necrophos and the Elder Titan.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so the point was, the reason why I went here is because, well, first of all, the Shadow Fiend, is gonna do things. Instead, I'm gonna, try to relieve pressure from the mid lane so I can eventually take the tower there by putting tower pressure here instead.
Okay, that makes sense, but you're talking about
Mhm.
like pressure and stuff. But what are you
Yes,
actually going to do here that you think is going to make your time valuable? Because your time is valuable, right? Like,
very, very valuable. Yes.
are you realistically going to apply like deal um a enough damage to this tower to be a threat
Hmm.
without like you have brown boots
Um,
Midas? Like I would say no. Like
true.
you spent 3 seconds hitting this tower and you did maybe like I don't know
Oh,
100 damage, right? Like
true that.
you're not actually forcing any kind of response, right? It's
Okay.
like you're like
Yes.
toddler, like I don't know, banging on your door or something, and you're like, I don't care about you, you know? Like it's like okay, dude,
Absolutely.
nice, whatever, man.
Yes. Gotcha.
Um,
Gotcha.
So like I would argue
Oh,
that's not you're not realistically going to apply. Now, if you had like power treads or a meteor hammer, fine. That makes sense. Like you would
oh.
actually force
I
people to come
saw
here.
I saw you build a meteor hammer in like the newest video. And
Hmm.
I actually wanted to. Good thing you asked me about that. So when do you build the meme hammer? What's the criteria for that? What
I think
is
that
that?
I think
Is that
that
just something new?
yeah, I mean, I think that right now, I mean, I'm still testing it out because I played a
Hmm.
few games yesterday where I like went full right click build and actually didn't feel that bad. But my
Uh huh.
experience in this patch so far, I mean since 7.39, so like very it's been a long time that I've been doing this, but um
Yes.
my experience so far is that the right click build takes too easy to punish for how much it accomplishes later. So like
So okay.
you sacrifice a lot, and I think in the past you get enough out of it. Like it's like, oh, my arc warden is basically going to be extremely
Two heroes.
vulnerable for the first 20 minutes of the game, but then after that he's
Hmm.
going to be a monster. He's going to be split
Yeah.
pushing the lanes. He's going to be do a lot of damage in team fights, and I think for a number of reasons, um, he is even easier to punish earlier on, and he doesn't have his timing at that point is not as strong.
Yes,
And
yes.
so
And you can't keep your towers on life support anymore,
right,
which
right,
so yeah, so it's even easier to like punish it like
exactly,
on the map in a way that is lasting, in a way that is permanent basically. Is that
exactly. And so the
okay,
idea
okay.
behind Meteor Hammer was to find a way to fix that problem. So how can we simultaneously be harder to punish and come online faster?
Mhm.
And
Okay.
Meteor Hammer, theoretically, I've had success with it. But I think
Mhm.
Meteor Hammer theoretically fixes these problems because like what is the one thing that Arc Warden lacks? It's like wave clear.
Wave clear.
Yeah. I mean,
Exactly.
he likes
Yes.
other things too, like mobility and stuff like that. But like the most important thing is
But
wave clear.
is wave clear because your ranges are long enough for the mobility to not really matter,
Right.
if I'm correct. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Wave clear also, now that the Tempest double has like a built-in 35% miss chance,
Miss chance. Yeah.
your tower pushing is not as good. And so Meteor Hammer also helps fix that. And it also
Sure.
gives you a bunch of mana regen, and you can just build it like immediately. Like the build up is pretty nice in the lane. Like you get a
Oh yeah. What
crown, you
is
can just
what is the build up again? It's a crown and then
and then
is it
Kaya.
like a region item? Let's see. Crown. Oh my. That's a really good one.
Yeah,
Um, it makes then you can even one shot if I'm right, like if my feel is right here. That means a maxed out wraith can actually just one shot range creeps if you
yeah,
get that Kaya.
yeah, and like
Oh,
it's also like a non-trivial amount of increase in damage that you're doing in your combo. Like a
true
10%
that. True
damage
that.
increase if your combo
That's
is like 1,000
that's crazy.
damage. That's pretty good.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. The fluxes are gonna hit the fluxes hit harder.
And you
And
can
the
even
mana like
use you can like I don't like this is I think some people misinterpret it. Like I'm not buying Meteor Hammer
Mhm.
to combo, but you can also against heroes that don't have mobility, like you can weave in a Meteor Hammer with your combo if you have 4 points in flux
Oh,
because it slows them so much.
I'm
Um
gonna need to practice. I'm gonna need to practice that in demo mode. I feel, but yeah, yeah, that's cool. That's actually really cool.
there's
But
also
it's mainly to clear waves, and it's mainly to push towers. Is that
yes. Yes.
yes? What does the build look like beforehand? Also, I've been going for the right click build most of the time, but I've seen first of all the new Ags is well, new and new. It's new as far as I'm concerned. The new scepter upgrade is fucking bonkers. It's great.
Yes.
It's
That's
oh
what you get after Meteor Hammer with my build, yeah.
okay, okay. Have you made like a guide for that like for that build, like one that you follow on? Because I'm definitely interested in trying that.
I haven't made a guide. Yeah, I am planning on doing that at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I haven't done that yet. I have a number of videos though,
Yes.
just of me playing that build, that might be
The
useful.
no Midas though for that build. Is that correct?
Yeah, no Midas.
Hmm. Okay.
Just because
Because I
like I
also
mean,
feel
Meteor
like
Hammer
the Midas.
basically does that, like what you want
Yeah.
from it.
It
Uh,
yeah, it accelerates farming. You can use it to farm jungle. You can use it. Yeah, it's all a matter of just being seeing the amount of things that it can be applied for. Okay, I remember when it was meta to buy like when meme hammer was very strong and it propelled things like OD to be very good because OD could like do that, but ODs are not going for that anymore. At least
yeah,
not
not
from what I've
really.
seen. Yeah. So okay, okay. The other thing that I would say is how does the like the caster build? How does the caster build manage to get get the money? Because from what I've seen, it doesn't go Maelstrom. It's just the Midas. Is the Midas really enough to get like a axe at a proper timing? And do you not want your travels first to like maybe accelerate the farm? I of course haven't tried the caster build. But from what I've seen, it just seems like it's I guess Is it because he's universal now that the build-up for what's it called? That the build-up for Ags is not as like bad as it was when he was just agility, or is it just?
I mean, basically, I mean, you're right that with this
Mm-hmm.
build, you're not going to have as high of a GPM. Like, you aren't going to farm as fast. But also,
Yeah.
like, yeah, like that's just like that's how the world works. Like, we're basically giving up. Like, if you want to have an earlier timing, you're not going to scale as well. Like,
Hmm.
if there's ever a situation where you can have an earlier timing and skill better into the late game, then there's like something wrong with balance. Like every time that's happened, like a hero has been extremely broken, you know?
True.
Um,
True.
so like it would be nice if that was the case. Like that would make the build great, but like I don't think it's fair to expect that. I think it's
Yeah.
like
It's
yeah.
Disneyland thinking. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that
Got
would yeah. So I think so you're right that you aren't going to farm as fast, but the trade-off is hopefully we'll be able to have an earlier timing and because you are
Mhm.
going to get your the main thing is that you wanted to get your ags before people have dispels. As long as that happens, like
Okay.
you will win at least like two team fights because it's just that
Hmm.
strong. Um and the meteor hammer, I don't think the meteor hammer is going to like if you have a Midas before Aghanims versus having a meteor hammer before Aghanims, I think it feels like the farming speed is about the same.
Yeah.
Because you can use the meteor
And the
hammer to
meteor
actually
hammer.
clear more creeps than you would normally.
The meteor hammer lets you push the wave more
Hmm.
efficiently. It also lets you jungle around something that isn't like a stupid like Midas cooldown. It has a better build up. I can see a lot of advantages
Yeah.
to it, and I'm definitely gonna try it out.
And then I think like the
Okay.
logic is so once you get the Aghanims, then like it's like you know, like this is like that's your strongest timing in the game is when you have Meteor Hammer Ags and like those are your two
Mhm.
items. Like that's when you just want to go ham. And
Yes.
then like you're going to not scale as well, like we said, but like again, that's what you're giving up, right? You are having a
Mm.
much stronger mid game timing. You're not going to scale as well later, but I think you do scale
Yes.
pretty well. Like you know, you
I mean,
can
you
because
are
then
two heroes.
afterwards you can still get travels, and then like with travels, you can use your meteor hammer to push out side lanes, which
Mhm.
is really nice.
Yeah.
Um,
And then you're basically kind of like any other building hero. Like, I remember like the old Leshrac, old Death Prophet,
yes.
uh, where you would go, okay, okay, I see. Because I think that also might, I don't know if you've noticed this, but yeah, like I said, you even pointed it out. You're roaming to sidelines without boots. Yeah, dumbass.
Hmm.
But I like to be active with Arc Warden because first of all, people don't expect it. People expect you to sit in the lane always. And just kind of play your own game. But getting involved with Arc, I've found at least a decent amount of success with. But yeah. Oh, sorry. Keep going. Keep going.
No, yeah, I think you just asked about the meteor hammer thing, so that's
Mhm.
basically it. And
Yeah,
then
exactly,
I
exactly.
mean, the end of the build is you go meteor hammer and then aghanims and then travels. Uh,
Mhm.
but the big timing is the aghanims, obviously. You would
Mhm.
take both of the flux talents, and then you just want to go into a caster build instead of a right click build. So you'll take then the
Yes.
spark rate damage and the activation delay. You also, for that build, are
Okay.
probably going to want to take Runed Replica because of the Arcane Rune on your Tempest double. Um,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's really
I used to
nice.
start with that one, but my friend was like, the other one has a higher and I actually really liked it once
Yeah,
I got used to it. But that's
I
for
think,
right clicking. That's for
yeah,
right
yeah, yeah.
clicking. I can see why.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then after you have those three items, then I mean there's options. I really like Blink Dagger if they have backliners that you want to just get on top of in silence. So
Yeah.
like very strong against Earthshaker, very strong against Sand King, anyone that just like wants to like sit in the back, or like a Crystal Maiden, even Oracle. Anyone that just like
Yeah.
wants to sit in the back away from their team, right? Because the silence is nullified if they're near their teammates. So you just like blink
Mhm.
on their backline Oracle, and then he's silenced for 8 seconds. You don't have to kill
Yeah.
him. but it's just like, oh, this guy can't cast abilities for 8 seconds. Like this is it's
And then you
very
win the fight. Yeah.
right. So blink is
Because
really
I've
good in
been
those cases.
yeah, because I've noticed that a lot of the time when I see when I see what could be a good fight, I kind of have to in a lot of times I will have to start it, and I will do
Hmm.
that by using basically the expendable nature. I think you were actually
Yeah.
the one who described it as the expendable nature of the double to run it in there, get the fight started. You know, proper field, make it make it a nuisance, and then
Yep.
you have the fight started. They're gonna greed for the equivalent of a hero kill on the double. um but even if they get that, like, who cares? To a certain extent, I don't this might be a mistake, but I don't really care about feeding the clones too much, because it'll happen if you're good enough. It'll happen way less than you think, and you'll get far more out of it than
Yes.
you
I think that
yeah.
second point
So
is
that's
actually the most important. Like it's actually like you can definitely feed the double like a complete noob, and it's not
mhm.
worth it. But like if you're feeding the double, and like what you're doing is in a fight, for example, you're forcing like three heroes to commit onto it, use a bunch of spells,
Yes.
or on side lanes, like people used to ping me.
Yeah, people will try to gank it. Yeah, 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 and then
It's
I
like
will
that's
ping the shit
fine,
out of
dude. Like we
another
see
lane.
three heroes like on a side lane. We're actually gonna
Mhm.
if you know how to play the map, then you can like actually maybe TP your main hero to the opposite side of the map and farm an extra wave. As long as you get like one
Exactly.
extra wave, one wave is like 250 gold, double is 350. Like it's worth it. All you need
Mhm.
is one extra wave,
Mhm.
and that double probably clears a wave that you wouldn't have cleared anyways, right? So if you can TP your double
Exactly.
to a side lane, clear one wave, it dies, and then that gives you enough information to clear a second wave with your main, like you have gotten
Yeah.
more gold out of the map.
Okay.
But yeah, I think that's right. And actually, speaking of that, so like after the acronyms, my favorite after travels, I mean, my favorite item,
Mhm.
and blink as well, but my favorite big item is Octarine Core. I think Octarine Core is just
Octarine.
like insanely good. You just have
Mhm.
more fluxes. The spark rate spam is insane. Oh, you have to get shard as well. I always forget about shard. You have to get
Yeah.
shard.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
not before
Octarine also
travels, immediately after.
yeah, Octarine also increases the uptime of the clone,
Yes,
which is
it's so good. It's like you. It feels
the
like
few times. Yeah, go
you
ahead,
have
go ahead.
infinite Tempest doubles. Like it just doesn't have a cooldown.
Yeah. Yeah, the few times I've actually bought it, it was like, once again, with the right click build, even I used like, I would replace Midas with it, because we were at
Mm-hmm.
the, I guess, the still stand sort of late game scenario, where like having the extra where I have to defend with the main hero, but I'm strong enough that the double is actually basically double will make it a 5v5, as
Yeah.
long as it's there in a team fight. But I have to stay back and prevent any cheeky buggers from doing backdoors, and I also have to clear the wave up. So I'm scaling at the same time. This is like late game, super late game sort of things. So getting an Octarine, Octarine has not that good a build up, if I'm not mistaken. It's like it's the three boosters,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and what else is it that you build it
Tiara
out of?
Celemene.
Oh yeah, so it's a crappy build up.
Yeah, but at that point, it's also like
Mhm.
you have your farming items. Like you can get there. It's not that
Yeah,
bad.
yeah, yeah,
Um.
yeah. So you said Octarine after it was after Axe Travels. Well, Meme Hammer, what was it? Meteor Hammer, Axe, and then Travels.
And then yeah, you want to get shard just because it's. I mean, it's just good
Mhm.
value. Basically doubles your spark rate.
Doubles the rate. Yes. Mhm.
In fights and also for farming. And then yeah, you get Octarine Core, or you can get a blink before if you want. Just
Yes.
depending if they have backliners. Like this game, yeah, I would probably get blink this game because Axe is not.
Mhm.
People don't really think of him as a backliner, but before he goes in, he's a backliner. Like he's waiting
Yes,
for
yes.
people going. And if you can like blink on top of him and just like flux him, like you
Stop the
prevent him
blink.
from going in for 8 seconds.
True, true.
So I think this would be a good blink game. But if you go blink
Mhm.
or if you don't go blink, you just want to get Octarine Core afterwards.
Yeah,
And then
but
at
you'll
that
see me go for
point,
a right click build here.
yeah, at
Yeah.
that point I mean you have a lot of options. I think like Hex is good.
Mhm.
Theoretically you could go Dagon. I don't like Dagon in our core
I'm not.
personally,
I'm
but
not. I would not do that to my guys. My
my
poor boys. down
My
in the trench with me. No.
yeah, my favorite build is actually Shiva's into Overwhelming Blink, um, which
Hmm.
like kind of goes with what you're saying before about like if
Yeah,
you have Octarine Core,
expanding the one.
your double is super expendable, but it's also now like actually really hard to kill, and it's also giving vision of
Oh.
like everyone in a large AoE, and it's also slowing them and slowing their attack speed, and you get to silence someone. So like
Hmm.
you can just like you can just like blink your Tempest double like blind into their entire team, and
Yeah.
just like start controlling people. And
Yeah, yeah,
it's it's kind of like you don't really realize how valuable that is until unless you don't have someone on your team
yeah.
who does that. Um,
Yeah.
like you it's actually really hard to play Dota if you don't have anyone on your team who can do that, who can just like go in and like get vision for people
Yeah.
and force people to respond.
True.
And just like having a
True, true.
Tempest double that will come back in 20 seconds to do that and also is like really hard to kill. Like with
Hmm.
that, like because she also gives you a ton of armor. It gives you your
A ton of health from the overwhelming blink
yeah,
too.
like it's
Yeah.
you're very, very tanky.
Hmm.
It's
I've
it's
noticed
kind
the
of
same
insane.
thing. Yeah, I've noticed the same thing about getting when I get my oh, what's the other anti-healing? It's right there. It's
Scotty.
Scotty. I've noticed that Scotty also
Yeah.
kind of does that for the right click build.
Yeah, for
Makes
sure.
you very, very tanky and very hard to deal with. But once again, it's the like the crappy build up that sort of gates it behind you getting your farming items. Also, it doesn't have as much value as far as I could see. I like that we're talking about item theory a lot here, actually, because I've been described. My friends say I am simultaneously one of the best and the worst Dota players because my item theory is very, very bad.
That's funny.
But yeah, it is to a certain degree. Um, but yeah, I
I have a video on that too, by the way.
I know. I've queued it up, went through it just a little bit, but yeah, it
It's
was the
not a
whole
great
thing about.
video. Like it's not a
Oh, it's
very
not.
it's not a very watchable video. It's just me talking about
Yeah,
items for an hour.
yeah.
There's like
Oh, yeah, yeah. But
there's
that's
no editing. It's just me talking about items for an hour.
yeah. But no, I mean that's fine if you like to absorb information that way. But yeah, I remember you talking about the kite. There was kiting, tanking, targeting. Um, so the main thing is I don't know if you're familiar with this, but I call it the I guess the sniper syndrome
Mhm.
back here, where you can often get away with a lot of a lot of very greedy backline positioning, because once much like sniper having a very high win rate down bracket, is because people don't go on them as
Yeah.
long as there's enough of a threat that's causing chaos in the fight, or just anything causing chaos, which I can technically do with my double. People will leave your main alone just
Yeah.
because they don't have the I guess they don't see the big picture.
Mhm.
Of course, this is something that like these are like crutches. These are crutches that you can sort of exploit. But once you get up to where people, once you're high enough rank that you can say, "Hey, I know what I'm doing," that's not going to work anymore. Which is also why I mean the item theory is very, very very helpful. For example, media hammer was never something I would have considered. But yeah, now that it's pointed out, good build up, wave clear that fixes a problem that Arc Warden has, and it gives you a lot of other perks too, and it's very cheap. It's very,
Mhm.
very cheap. Hmm.
Yeah, and there's honestly a lot of matchups that you would normally lose at some point that it kind of makes it a lot easier.
Yeah.
It's actually very good against Earthshaker. Um
Mm.
it's very good because that guy wants to rotate, right? So like,
So
eventually
if you
that
keep
guy just
pushing the
wants to
wave
get
in, then he won't have.
yes.
Yeah, you choke him out. You won't be able to like. You don't give him the opportunity to breathe in
Yes.
that
And
regard.
also
Otherwise, he's gonna lose his power.
he's kind of a tanky strength hero, and so like
Mhm.
with if you, I would like against that I would go like 302 for my skill build so that I can actually land the meteor hammer on him in a combo. And with the meteor hammer in like with your level 6 combo, I mean you're not gonna have meteor hammer level 6, but like with your tempest
Yeah.
double, you
Oh,
can kill him pretty reliably.
I often find that I will hit 6 before the Earthshaker, actually.
Yeah.
But because he played, yeah. I actually find that that's yeah. Sorry, I just grabbed myself another energy drink.
Here, this is here's an example. This is one of the videos I
Mhm.
recently posted. I
Go
realized I'm
ahead.
actually playing against Shadow Fiend, but
Oh
what is
wow.
so one thing that you might find is that sometimes people will just TP out of your combo, but you can actually,
Yeah,
if
but the Mima
you
and Meteor Hammer
do it,
prevents
yeah.
that. Yeah, yeah. There we go. There. Oh, he had no idea. He never saw that coming. And
Yeah,
oh.
unfortunately. I end up dying here, but I think we killed both of them here. Yeah,
Oh,
the meteor
oh,
hammer
that's a clutch fucking field. Yeah,
is
if that
good.
field had been like just a little bit, yeah, that would have gotten it. Oh wow. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
but you can
All right.
actually, I like, again, you don't buy meteor hammer for that reason, but I mean you can definitely do it. Like you
Yeah,
can
yeah,
just
yeah.
weave it in there.
No, yeah, yeah. That's one of the beautiful things about Dota. Like, it is that. Well, I will say this. There are. I would say the heroes are simpler often, but have way more depth, and that also applies for items, right? In League, at least when I would play. Okay, so you got a Blade of the Ruined King. My main was Callista. I got to platinum rank with Callista when she was like the worst hero in the game. That's my accomplishment. Congratulations to me.
Well done.
But you buy a Blade of the Ruined King there. The Blade of the Ruined King, all it does is it gives you percentage health damage on your autos. It'll like gives a nice spread of I guess ranged carry sort of stats. Then it has the active where you steal some movement speed and attack speed. What can you use that for? You can use it to kite, you can use it to run away, you can use it to like do things, right? But a meteor hammer in this regard, or even something like what would it be for Arc? Something like the Midas, where you can use it to clear creeps to allow for the flux. There
Hmm.
are so many I guess creative applications that are done with things that are way simpler in terms of mechanics, which is
Yeah.
once again also one of the reasons I love the game as much as I do.
I agree. I think I
So,
always come back. I always think that like Manta style is like one of the coolest items. Like
oh
just
yeah,
because like
yeah,
it does it you do it. It's like, oh, this is a hero for illusion. This is an item for illusion heroes.
no,
And
no,
like
no,
that's
no, no,
true, but like it's just, I don't know. It's such a multifaceted item. You can use it to, obviously the dispel is the main reason people buy it, but it gives you nice stats.
you
It
can
gives
use
you
it to
attack speed, gives
split.
you movement speed.
You
But
use it to split, like specifically
yeah,
with the active. You can split with it. You can use it to nullify. Well, not nullify, but you can use it to get out of an omni if you're fast enough.
yes, yeah, yeah. It's
Um,
a super interesting item,
mhm.
I think.
Very, very good. Yeah. When do you buy that on Arc, by the way?
I mean, basically, if you need a dispel, I think that's like the main
Okay.
thing. It's really good
Okay.
against Spectre. I actually played a game yesterday against Spectre. Obviously to get rid of Orchid, it's
Oh
really
yeah, to get rid
important.
of Desolate. Yeah. I see.
Yeah,
Huh?
but yeah, also to get
Yeah.
rid of Desolate, like you said. Yeah.
Mm,
So
all
yeah,
right.
I think
That's this.
that's, yeah, just the dispel. I mean, or you can also use it against heroes that have high single target burst, like Phantom
Mhm.
Assassin, Ursa. Like Ursa blinks on you, hits you a bunch of times, and then you Manta.
But
Then you like,
wouldn't you rather have a hurricane pack for that though?
yeah, so specifically against Ursa, I would rather have Hurricane Pike, but
Okay.
that's like the kind of thing. But like, cause
Mm,
sometimes like you might be playing against Ursa and like you would like to have Pike against Ursa, but there's also like a Sky Wrath, or I guess Sky Wrath isn't a good option, but there's
mm.
also like a Silencer or something. Like you also would like to have a Manta, and it's like good to know that
Right on.
Manta can kind of help you deal with Ursa a little bit, and also fix
Yes.
the global problem as well. So
Yeah.
like sometimes
Because
you
I
kind of
mean,
need to go between, I
yeah.
guess.
The other option there is BKB, and BKB doesn't really help against Ursa. It only
No,
helps against Silencer.
that's right. Yeah.
Gotcha. I see. I see. All right. Should we continue here?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
We can
playback.
take
Well,
that.
let's go. So yeah, I die here. Very unfortunate, but see.
Noob.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm. That's why I'm. That's why I'm. That's why I'm here. He's
Holy
clearing
shit!
this.
What are you Who's gonna clear this?
I don't fucking know. I don't know who they're stacking for, but those
Dude,
are very big.
dude, I swear, man. There's so many supports that I play with that just like. Oh no, I guess he's just stacking it for himself, right? Yeah, look at him go.
Oh yeah.
He's got
yeah,
the staple gun. He's going in. This is not for farming.
There
This is he juices himself up with this shit. Look at him go.
Yeah. All right.
He's going in.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm watching this guy. Look at him go.
Okay, there he is. I think they asked me to get him here. No, he didn't. Yeah. Oh, but yeah.
Oh, there you are. Okay.
There I am.
Side character. ET's the main character here. Is this guy in
Oh,
your
yeah.
party?
No, he's not. I was
Oh, you
solo
weren't in
party.
This wasn't a party one. Never mind.
Yeah. But now that I have my, now that I have, I guess Maelstrom, I decide, okay, now is the time to clear these fucking facts. Because otherwise, yep, Shadowfiend is gonna see them.
Okay, you get an extra creep. Nice. Extra creep in the triangle. Shadowfiend.
The Shadow. You're talking about the Shadowfiend?
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Have you seen those clips of like you know, like a big strat right now is Earthshaker. Like you just like giga stack triangle and then you just echo slam it.
And then you it? Oh, really?
There's so many clips too of like people of like in professional games of like some like they're like, oh bro, we gotta contest the stacks, and then Earthshaker just echo slams on top and kills them too. It's like, oh nice, a bonus creep, nice. But yeah, that's like the one hero that you do not want to contest stacks against, dude. He's stronger than more creeps are there, man. You can't do that shit.
Yeah. Right. So I also often find that I neglect I neglect the camps that are down here. Is there any particular? Okay, this is gonna sound weird. But when do you want to farm the like the camps in the middle, like in the in this case, the Radiant bottom jungle? And when do you want to farm them like down by the I guess the bottom river sort of area, like those?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can see I buy dust here because you know.
Someone have invis?
I think I saw a Glimmer Cape. I saw Glimmer Cape.
You're buying dust for Glimmer Cape, bro? What the fuck?
Yes, I'm buying dust
Oh
for a
my
Glimmer
God.
Cape because
This guy
no one
has
else
a pipe.
will.
Dude, this guy doesn't have a blink dagger. What the fuck is this? How do you lose this game?
How do I lose that? I don't know.
This axe literally has blade mail pipe.
Yeah. Maybe he was scared.
Keep the blaming to a minimum.
Yeah, that's.
The
See,
Glimmer?
there was the Glimmer Cape. Yeah, he glimmered his this guy
still-
glimmers. Yeah, that's why. It's because he was glimmering his teammates instead of himself. Because he's a big dumb ogre, you know. He can kind of afford to do that, I suppose.
Back to your question, the two most important
Yes.
things to consider about farming, just in general, about like, well, farming jungle camps, is that the first thing that you need to consider is you want to farm the best jungle camps to farm are the ones that are close to the lane that you're farming. So like the first thing I would do, like whenever you're farming, you always want to see if there's a lane that you can farm. Now, if there aren't any lanes available, that's a different story. But I think 90% of the time in your games, there should be a lane available to farm at something like
Definitely.
somewhere. So like that's the most important thing is that first you want to look for a lane to farm, and then you just want to farm the creeps that are nearby, if if the lane's pushed in, right? So like if you're like, let's say you're here, right? So you're just like chilling here, you push the wave in to like here. Okay, so I'll just farm these two camps, right? And then maybe I'll come back and farm the triangle or whatever.
So you want to farm next to your you want to farm both the lane and the jungle with you want to farm a lane with the main if you can get away with it.
Yes. I mean, it's just like any other like core. Like I mean, you just want to, ideally you want to be farming a lane, and like you can use your Tempest Double to farm too, or maybe you use your Tempest Double to push out the lane further than you would normally be able to with just your main hero.
Yes.
But the most important thing is that, yeah, you want to be, if you can farm a lane, then that's what you want to do. You can also do stuff
Okay.
like, for example, like always the most efficient farming rotations, which as a mid laner, well, in my games, I don't usually get to do this because this is usually a safe
Yep.
laner that does this. But the
Yep.
ideal situation is this rotation where where you are going back and forth between these two. So like let's say these two tier ones are still alive, then like what you really want to
Hmm.
do is you want to like farm mid and then farm through the triangle and then farm top and then farm like these two
Ah.
camps and then go
Okay.
back to mid, and you just like go back and forth between these two, farming the jungle
Yes.
camps in
Okay.
between. Maybe you also farm these or whatever. But
Yeah.
like
So
that's like what you really want, is to be able to farm two lanes and the jungle in between.
I see. I see. Right
Uh,
now here, I choose to go. I choose to back for health. Was that a
yeah.
mistake or not?
No, I think
Like,
that's fine. Makes
okay.
sense. Um,
I,
Now sometimes that won't be available. Oh, he has blink. Holy shit. Um, the other thing to wait, what? Did he cancel? Or wait, the egg canceled it. It did.
Yeah, the
Wow.
egg canceled.
Wow.
Yeah. Comes to Shadow Fiend.
This is why I don't understand Shadow Fiend players, dude. Like, how is this? I don't understand how this hero is good. Like, why people pick it, bro. Like, you farm like Yasha Blink Dagger to blink in and then deal like a little bit of damage. I don't know, dude.
Well,
Maybe I'm just a hater, but
well, this guy was 3 levels ahead of me.
yeah, exactly. Dude,
Three levels ahead
this
of
is
me
my experience.
beforehand.
SF players, like they will farm fast, right? They'll be like 3 levels
Yeah.
ahead of you, and then they're like impact as they blink in Requiem and die. You know, it's like what the fuck is this, man? I played against an SF the other day, like, and maybe he understood that the matchup was favored for me, but like all that he did is he would just like double nuke the wave, and then like once he got to level 3, he would just double nuke the wave and then go jungle. And so like he was just mode farm.
Yeah.
And then like he came out of jungle at like I don't know 20 minutes with like Blink Kayayasha, and then like did that combo, killed a support, and then died. It's like, all right, dude, nice, good impact. Um, anyways,
I don't know.
the farming thing. So so another thing to be concerned about is, oh, the double damage is fucked with you here, yeah.
Yeah. Oh boy.
The other thing to be concerned about. Oh, look at that damage! Holy shit! That was a lot of damage. The other thing to be concerned about is you also don't want to be farming near your cores, right? Like you want to be ideally farming away from them.
Yeah.
So
Because you can always join them in the lane with. You can always join.
yeah,
With like having travels, you can always. Yeah.
but also it's just like, if they're farming camps, you can't farm them as well, right? Like only one person can farm I mean, unless you want to like hold hands and farm jungle together or something. I don't know. That's some uninvestigated strategy, I guess. But like I think like basically at like 10 minutes lane is over, I'll just like look at the map and be like, oh, my Drow's farming bottom, my offlaner's happy farming top, so I'm just gonna chill mid. And in that situation, I would just push this lane out and then farm these two camps. Push this lane out, farm these two
Yeah.
camps. Push this lane, or maybe
Yeah.
farm triangle if that's not happening. But maybe let's say your Drow Ranger got kicked out of the lane bottom, and so now she wants to farm triangle and do the rotation that we talked
Then I
about.
take over bottom.
Yeah, you can
Yes,
you
and
can
I
go
apply
bottom.
my.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
That's also a call I tend to. That's also a call I tend to. Well, certain times if I see that they're moving in some, I'll tell them literally, because I've noticed a lot of safe laners actually they seem that they think that they have to stay down there because
yeah,
it's their lane, and then they
yeah,
keep
yeah.
dying. So I'll tell them, bro,
Captain always goes down
take
with his
fucking.
ship.
Yeah, exactly. But I'll tell him like, bro, if you're having trouble, like fucking take over mid. Like
Yeah,
I'm 2 or 3 levels higher than the bitches down there, so I'll take over down there, and then I'll put them out. You know?
yeah. No, that's good. And I think
Yeah.
you're right about that. Um, And so then the final thing would just be, you know, if there aren't any lanes to farm, which is like, this
Jungle.
is at this point, yeah, like if we're only farming jungle camps, again, I would still say that you still want to be thinking about lanes. It's just like you're probably only, maybe you're in a situation where you can only farm lanes that like get pushed into the tower, like here for
Yeah.
example. I think like
Hmm.
at it's unless there's actually 5 heroes sitting here, which there might be, but then they're actually making a play, and then it's usually easy to like be able to tell if that's happening. Um,
Yes.
but
Wow, nice effort.
yeah, like
I
even
don't
in
know what
hard
that means.
games, you can still like farm lanes that are near, or farm jungle camps that are near the tower that you want to deep push. Even if you can't like actively push out the lane, that's kind of what you want to do. So I mean, in
Okay.
general, I don't think about like what are the most efficient camps to farm. I just farm the camps that are near
Mhm.
the lanes that I want to farm, and that's basically it.
Okay. So it's prioritize. Okay. So my priority should do. I should not be looking at camps I can farm. I should be looking at the lanes, and then the lane will answer. Which
Yes,
the lane will answer. Okay. Which
yes.
camps I farm. Okay.
The jungle is like the extra. So you get to farm the jungle
It's
after you've done your due diligence and push out the lane.
pushed out lanes. It's the
Yes.
auxiliary. It's yeah. Okay.
Yeah, pushing out lanes is, I mean, it's one of Arc Warden's main strengths is like the fact that he can just push out basically 2 lanes at the same time and also threaten towers significantly. Um, I mean, pushing out lanes is just so important. Um, it gives you
Okay.
information, it gives you money, it gives you the most amount of money um,
Yeah.
out of anything on the map. It's just the most important thing that you can do as a core, I would say. Um, and you're microing. Lucky. Um,
Oh, he's got a hate boner for me. Anyway.
sometimes you just get blinked on while you're microing. I wanted to check
I think
out this. Like, you guys are doing
what's
well
the plan?
this game.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
they have a
I think
4K net worth advantage, but that's not doesn't really matter that much. All right,
uh,
let's see here. I'll go back over this quick and see. Talking. Oh, you don't have. Okay, we can go to when you have Maelstrom travels.
yeah.
Okay. Good. TP mid. Farm triangle. I would have probably pushed this lane, this next wave as well.
Oh, okay, okay.
But it like just arrived. Like
My,
you just didn't see it, I don't think.
oh yeah, okay. I'm
One
usually
thing.
very good at yeah, well, yeah, yeah, okay, okay. But
Well,
as you also noticed, the Juggernaut just showed up there. It's mostly um I guess I'm in the mindset where Arc Warden is supposed to farm more defensively, so it's mostly I'll push them I'll push the mid lane across the river and then really not really stay. Are you saying that maybe I should pop a clone there and then use the clone to like push past the river instead?
oh, let's see what happened here. So you farm this.
Yeah. I hop back here. I
I'm going
pop
too fast. Skipped over the
yeah,
part that I wanted to see. Oh, I'm too far back.
okay.
Okay, here we go. Farm
TP
this.
mid.
So at this
Yeah.
point, whenever you farm a wave, you want to look at where your creeps are to see where the next wave is. So you farm this wave, and
Yeah.
then you can look here to see that the next, like their next wave is coming in. So it should be about
Yes.
here. And so I would,
Okay.
I guess you can't see. I guess it, yeah, it does depend. So we did just, so we see Shadow Fiend is top. No,
Okay.
I went way too far back. This is now too far forward. Okay, let's see what information we had. So you just had a fight bottom. Put
Yeah.
TP's out. Ogre isn't there, and this is where you TP back. Axe is top.
Mm, yeah, I think this is around the time where I think I used the TP mid. Yeah, you're right. This is here.
So I mean,
Yeah.
they just I don't I can see that you're afraid, but I don't know. I just don't really feel threatened by Shadow Fiend or Jug. Like in the way like they can't just like insta kill you. So for example, like you could walk up here.
I'm pretty sure the jug can though.
No, because
I'm pretty sure the
but it
jug can
doesn't.
if the
That's
Omnis.
No, because he has to walk up to you, right? So I this is what
Yeah,
I'm so like you walk up here, and so you can spark wraith these like dark areas, and then you just like sit
yeah,
back here and you can farm the wave like standing here, for example. And the
yeah,
only way that he can approach you is here, so you spark right there and you spark right here. And if he just walks up to you, you
yeah,
just walk away. Like I don't, and you can flux him too. So if he walks up,
yeah.
you can
But
see him, and then you flux.
then he spins, does it not? Will he
Yeah,
not
he
just
spins,
spin?
but like then he's like if he spins and like he's not going to deal any damage to you, right? He's going to be here or something. You know
True.
what I mean? Like I think that you
Yeah.
can get out of here, no problem. He doesn't have a
Mhm,
dispel or anything. Um, like if he spins and he's like and he's running at you, that gives you like a lot of time to react, right? Um,
mhm,
and like you could have your supports TP, for example, to this tower. Like
mhm,
they if they had like if we didn't just see axe top, then fine. I would say that's like if you don't know where axe is, that's fine. But like neither of these
mhm.
heroes have a way to like immediately get on top of you and disable you. And I think that you can get vision to defend yourself. Um,
Gotcha.
but I mean that's like a niche situation, I guess. So if the important thing is that if you were in that situation and the reason you didn't farm that wave is because you were afraid of Jug, then that's fine. If the reason you didn't farm that wave was because you didn't think about pushing the next wave, then that would be a bigger problem.
I mean,
So,
I think I was also concerned about the stacks that were in the triangle. I was like, okay, these need.
but lanes, I mean,
Uh,
what I'm trying to drill into is that lanes over
yeah.
everything. You have to push
Okay.
lanes. Even if your wife is about to leave you, you have to push the lane. You have to.
Gotcha.
Even
Yeah.
if the marriage is on the line. Your
Victoria.
baby's about to be delivered, you gotta push the lane. It's more important. I'm telling you.
Yes, yes.
There are games where like like where I will literally just sit in trees and like spam spark wraiths on lanes just to push them out
Oh,
because we
I've
need
actually
someone
never thought of doing that. That's actually, yeah, okay.
with
I've
shard. I mean,
actually,
if you don't have shard, it's not really that viable. But like in
okay.
games where like I'm behind and like it's like a despair game or something, I'll just like buy
Mhm.
shard and just like sit in the trees and just spam spark crates on lanes.
Okay, okay.
Um,
Yeah, because
like
I've
that's like
noticed
the kind of shit
games where I
that I'll
buy
do.
the shard, when I buy it, is usually rather late. Does the shard have a higher impact when you buy it like early-ish?
I
Because
mean,
one thing that I've always,
if you're going right click, I
yeah,
don't think
it's
shard is like that high priority.
okay, okay.
I think like I only ever really buy shard if I'm going caster or in those
Mhm.
situations like it's like I had a really rough lane and like my other two side lanes also lost, so I'm just like I need to be able to push out lanes. Like we don't have anyone who can like show on waves, and so that's like kind of a neat situation. I'm just trying to use it to illustrate like how important lane pushing is, where like I will do it to the exclusion of everything else.
And you come see,
Okay, so at this point things are looking good. So I think this push
yeah, it's better.
bottom. It looks like this push bottom was a big mistake. So I want you to tell me why this push bottom. Like tell me why looking at this is a high risk play.
It's a high risk play because the guys we just killed are about to on. There's a tower they can do. Like the axe combined with their supports is really gonna wreck shit. Like the axe
And
blinking in, maybe catching a couple of guys. And what?
and one important thing that
Uh,
you're missing.
is it the
And
fact that we don't have the numbers advantage anymore? Oh, and I'm out of position here. I should
you're out
be
of
playing for the
position.
back.
But even more
Yeah.
important, there's something still that you're missing. You
Mhm.
don't have any vision.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I see.
You don't have any like there's you don't have any vision. You can't see they basically if you don't have any vision, that first of all, if you don't have any vision, you have to assume that they do, right?
Yeah,
Because
I
if you don't
play
have
back with the
vision, then
main.
you don't have sentries down or anything, right?
Yeah.
So you have to
Yes.
assume that they will be seeing everything. Like maybe they have a ward here, for example, or a ward up here,
Okay.
right? And if they
Yeah.
have a ward appear, for example, that means Axe can just like get a nice wrap on you without scaring, without being afraid at all.
Yeah, and the double was even off cooldown here. I should have backed off with the main, then let the clone be in the position that my main hero.
I agree, but what I'm trying to illustrate is that I think that just being here is a mistake. Like having your hero in
Okay.
this lane, like I'm happy after this after this fight, I'm happy to push this tower.
Yep.
That's fine. But if my
Yeah.
supports don't place vision and these heroes are respawning, I'm out of here, dude. Like that's
Okay.
like that's not, it's really not even a decision I can make. Like it's just it's just that bad. Like if
We
if
even
you're
have
doing an
the
offensive play and you don't have vision, you just can't do
yeah.
it. You just can't do that.
Right.
It's like illegal, you know? The police are gonna show up to your house and you're gonna get berserkers
Yes.
called, you know? Like yeah, maybe there's probably some way that if you were like if you were Miracle that you would have still won, right? But like
Yeah.
that's not the point, right? It's like why, but like you shouldn't be
Yes.
here, you know?
The thing is Miracle would have had a, well, sent himself a ward before doing this. Like would have
True.
foreseen it, and then
True.
exactly. So like yeah, gotcha. Yeah, and I can see the other thing. Yeah, and then I feed a clone as well. Like that was a noob. That was basically a noob feed.
Yeah, this is a Grandmaster question mark moment for sure.
Indeed. So I decided to go for a Scotty here. And the reason I decided to go for Scotty is because it's like a kiting item, and I figured with the Dragon Lance, I'm basically standing up. Yeah.
I think
so
the
like
one
the Dragon Lance and then Scotty. Yeah.
my main concern is that like the one downside of Scotty is that it's low damage, right?
It isn't low damage. You're a universal hero.
Okay, but
Is it not?
but like come on.
Okay.
Compared to like a Daedalus, you know, like if you there are damage
Okay.
items that are significantly stronger, you know? Like yes,
I got you.
Scotty
Yep.
does give you damage, so does Blades of Attack, right? But that doesn't mean Blades of Attack is a strong damage item, right? Like you have to
True.
consider the other options, the alternatives.
Do
So
you, yep, am I the main, like, am I the damage, supposed to be a damage dealer here, though? I mean, I guess if we have it strong enough, I guess, front line with maybe the Wraith King and the Necro, those are both kind of, I guess, kind of off tanky sort of heroes. So I can definitely see, what should the item be instead of a Scotty here, then?
I mean, let's see. What is this Wraith King? Is he building MKB? I mean, you know, maybe with Wraith King with this build, you don't need to build a damage item. I think, I think, like you have three, actually, kind of four tanky boys. So I don't think that you need to be another.
I will say
tanky boy.
the ET really wanted to phone home. Like, he was not having a good time.
Oh,
I will tell you that. He was.
this is a based ET support build though. Shadowblade Vlad. What the fuck, dude?
It's
That's
yeah, it
hilarious.
was interesting. The thing with ET is when I see him, I'm like, okay, I'm about to be amazed because the only people who play this fucking hero are autists. They're autists just
Yes.
like us. They're
Yes.
very autistic. They love that hero. So, but it just it didn't, it wasn't very good. It's yeah, I mean you can take a look up in the corner and see just it wasn't he wasn't
Yeah, ET is also just not a very good hero right now. I played him yesterday and I felt like a complete bot. Like the hero just doesn't do that much, unfortunately. Um, but anyways, back to items. I
yes.
think that like the main two things that your team might lack is damage because this guy has Eternal Shroud. I mean, this is fine. I mean, he's trying to tank up, but he's just not going to deal a lot of damage. And then you guys also don't have a lot of hard disable.
So
you guys
maybe an
are
Orchid
tank.
would have been good here.
Orchid would be good. Usually it's not that good against Jug, but he went to SNY, so Orchid would be good here. And this guy doesn't have. He's buying BKB, so yeah, I think Orchid would be a solid pick. You could also go Scythe of Ice, but if this guy doesn't have Manta,
Orchid.
then I think Orchid would be a good pickup. And
Yeah.
also,
Yeah,
that builds into Bloodthorn, which is also a damage. So maybe that's like a good compromise, which
yeah,
gets you
which
some damage and some
yeah,
disable.
it's yeah. So kind of itemizing for the late game here, I
Yeah.
suppose. Well, I mean, going for something that can be upgraded for the late. All right.
So ET dies, and your
Then we
team's like, all right, this is our time to fight. Let's
I mean,
go.
the witch doctor is dead. I would say.
That's
I
true.
don't know about that.
That's true.
Yeah.
But you don't have Tempest double. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
out of here, bro. Uh, why
Yeah,
are you
you're out of
walking,
here.
dude? How are you walking into this, dude? Your Necrophos is dead.
How
You
am I
don't have
walking in?
Tempest double. This is so bad.
This is bad. All right.
This is so bad.
And there it comes. Yeah,
I
there it
I
just came up.
I I want you to make me a promise right here and right now.
Okay. Yes.
Until you get immortal, until you get to immortal, I do
Yes.
not want you to come to a fight if Tempest double is on cooldown.
Okay.
You're
Okay.
just not allowed to do it. Prohibited behavior. You can't
Illegal.
do that.
Bad. Gotcha.
If Tempest double is on cooldown, you are not allowed to come to
No.
fights. It's just you can't do
Okay.
it.
All right.
There are some situations where it's good, where you should come to the fight anyways. And when you're immortal,
Yes.
you will have the tools to understand when those are. But for now, I just want you to make this. I want you to have a simple decision procedure where there's a fight about to
Yeah,
happen.
sure.
I'm going to check if I have Tempest double. If I don't have Tempest double, I don't come. If I do have Tempest
Right
double,
on.
I send it in first. Those are the only two
Yeah.
options.
Okay.
If you can't send your Tempest double in first, then don't go in at all.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because this we kind of throw here. We had like a
What do you mean you kind of
we
throw,
all
dude? Saying that
we
you
can't
kind of threw here is saying that the Titanic sort of took on some water. Dude, that ship sank, bro. You guys just lost 4 heroes. You're gonna lose 5.
it was gently guided to the bottom of the sea.
Yeah. There was a minor
That's what
issue
happened.
with the
But yeah,
Titanic.
just a little bit. But yeah, because we had almost like equalized the goal up, and now it's just
Yes.
it's insurmountable. Yes. Right.
They lose
Now I will
one
say
hero.
this. Yeah.
That's
Now I
it.
will say. Oh yeah, and we lose. I think we lose the tower here as well. We might even have lost the mid tower from mine. I actually wasn't. But yeah.
We kind of threw. What the fuck? I only sort of cheated on my wife, you know? I only sort of did, you know?
Oh my god.
It looks like this game's really hard now. I mean, it's not unwinnable, but one thing I am noticing is that, like, basically, I mean, you lose 2 fights back to back, and like suddenly you haven't purchased a new item for like 15 minutes or something. Not 15,
That's
10 minutes.
Yeah, I see. So yeah, lose a fight there, lose a fight up top as well. I will say this is like this. He might have.
No, he didn't have Omni.
Yeah.
No replay bug.
Oh yeah, I will say though, this was a replay I kind of pulled very fast because the other one too. Because yeah, I remember this one. Because specifically I put a lot of trust in the ET because that's usually how you do. I remember that. I was like, I literally said over I said, whenever you see an ET, you should be prepared to see amazing things.
You can only trust yourself though. It's a rough
Exactly.
world. Oh no, that's only a swift flash. Oh
and there
my
we go.
god.
Yeah, and there we go. Yeah, there we go. Oh. Ouch.
Do you
Anyway.
do you know the Omni slash tech with magnetic field?
What is it?
Let's finish this and I'll show you.
Okay.
If you pull it off in a game, it will cause permanent mental damage to the Juggernaut. I promise.
Okay.
But it's hard to pull off.
Okay. I need to know. I need to know right now because I'm sick. I'm sick. Sick of you know.
It's over.
Yeah, this game.
It's over.
Looks rough. Yeah.
So after, I would say just in general, after if you
Mhm.
lose like 2 fights back to back, like for example,
Yes.
or even if you lose one fight, like if you just actually no, it was the 2 fights back to back. So like this is something that
Yes.
as it's common. Like I see this all the time, but you
Yeah.
you lose a fight, and what you really want to do is you want to win the next fight. You want to get back in there, right? But and so
No,
like
you regroup, and make sure you can fight them on
no, don't even
more of
do
an
that.
equal.
Fuck fighting, bro. If you lose 2 fights in a row, dude, you can't fight them
Mhm.
anymore. You've lost the privileges to fight
Mhm.
them. Now you have to be a rat. You have to be a ret.
Yes.
You just have to split push. Like you can't fight
Mhm.
them 5v5. It's just if you lose 2 fights like that, and like the I mean,
Yes.
you can say like, oh, it was because you didn't have vision or whatever. It's like that's fine, but also now they
Yeah.
have like a 10k net worth advantage. You can't fight them
Exactly.
5v5. And also you need to
Yeah.
recover. And so at that point,
Yeah.
like I'm just not coming to fights. Like they can fight as much as they want. I'm like if a team fight breaks out, I'm not coming to that shit. I'm going to immediately TP to a side lane and push that out, and then TP my double
Okay.
to another lane as well and push that out, and
Yeah.
just push 2 lanes at the
Fuck
same
how
time.
fuck how many times they ping me. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
exactly.
It'll equalize. Yeah, because like if the lanes are pushed out, then they can't like translate it to an advantage, so to speak.
And
Now,
also like
yeah,
that's how you're gonna get your next item and actually make the game different.
true. True. All right. So magnetic field trick. I see you're showing that to me now. Also, I
Yes,
think are we out of time?
that's fine.
um.
I mean,
No. Yeah.
it's not
Okay.
like you're paying me, so I mean,
No. No. But
it's
like your time is valuable. Understand that.
I know, but
Everyone's
I
is.
get to decide
Right.
how valuable my time is, not you.
Yeah. Exactly.
Um,
Okay.
so look, so if Juggernaut Omni slashes you, it
Yeah.
actually is dependent on like he actually does attack you. Do you see how he like goes back and forth like this?
Yeah. Yes.
So actually, so there's 2 ways to do this. The easy way to do this is, and it's important to note that when he Omni slashes you, the back and forth
Yes.
is from the direction that he Omni slashed you. So if he comes from this way, it's gonna bounce from here to
Yeah.
here to here to here. And so one thing that you can
Okay.
do is you can magnetic field yourself like this, and then if you do this,
Yes.
you'll dodge half of the attacks.
Oh my God.
But that's not
Okay.
even the best. That's super what
If
much
but if you
easier to pull
but if
off.
you yeah, if you
But
put down 2.
no, not you don't even have to put down 2. There is a way where if you do this,
Huh? So you do it from the side. Oh,
yes.
okay.
But it's like
Okay, and then just
it's extremely difficult because it has to be basically the center magnetic field to work, the center of the center of your hero has to be in the magnetic field. And so you need it to be like basically perfect so that he's like
yeah.
outside of it, but you're
Yes.
inside of it. And
No,
obviously you
yeah, I
can't
can I
move.
can I can see the mechanics of it. I think I can yeah, based on just, the visuals and things like that. I think I can see how it works. But yeah, holy shit. Because I thought, him being, because he removes himself from the map, right? But
Mhm.
yeah, they're basically coded as him hitting you from those.
Yep.
But I thought, when he removes himself from the map, that basically means that he's striking you. In my head, that means he should be striking you from the vault, right? Well, from
Yep.
the from beyond the, the existence of the map. I had no idea. Holy shit! What if you plop down 2 though? Can you stand and like if you do basically like a very small Venn diagram? Can you
Yes.
dodge like that
Yeah.
works?
Yeah, and I would say I think
Oh
that's
my god!
actually like in the late game. The problem with this is that you have like I think this is
He will
actually
have MKB. He will have an MKB at the time though,
well, I mean, he
or
might have
something like that.
MKB, but in the early game this is works a lot easier because whenever Jug Omni slashes you, he's gonna be walking up to do it. And so you can see his
Instead of
direction.
blinking.
And so
Oh
like you
yeah,
have the time to like kind of react. And so
pop the
like if he
field.
walks
Yeah.
up like this and then Omni slashes you, and like oh like I know that I saw him come in this way, but like in a crazy fight, like maybe he has a blink dagger, maybe you don't see where he comes in. I think
Mhm.
the like correct thing to do is just to be able to like do the Venn diagram, because then it
Okay.
doesn't matter which direction because you just have the 100% evasion no matter what.
Right. Because I have deliberately not been doing like I've deliberately just been like, okay, the bubble doesn't do anything against a mag field, so I've literally never done that. This
Yeah.
is something, and I'm gonna be a little cocky here. It doesn't look that difficult. Now I'm gonna have to, yeah, I'm gonna eat humble pie once I try it out because it probably is more difficult than it looks. But it doesn't
Uh,
look too out
it's
of the ordinary.
I mean,
Like it doesn't look
I think
that
the
hard.
big thing is just remembering that you just have to stop moving. Like, because whenever you get
Yeah.
omnied, like you want to run around, right? And so like the thing is that you have to stop moving and just like calmly place them perfectly.
Yeah.
Obviously, yeah. See there, I didn't do it because it also kind of
The
depends on the
yeah.
camera as well.
Yeah. hmm Now, I don't know if you paid too much attention to the okay, what you saw in the game there, or was there something
What did
in
you? Sorry,
regards
you
to that?
kind of
I
cut
don't know
out.
if
What
you.
did you ask? Something about micro?
Oh, sorry. I said, did my micro look okay? Or was there anything immediately obvious that stood out that I should improve on, or did the micro look okay in the game?
Uh, I don't
That wasn't
really.
what you were paying attention.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't really care what your micro is like, um,
Mhm.
because I can't coach you on microing.
Yeah, it's just something that needs to be practiced and harnessed.
And also,
Yeah.
like,
Okay.
I don't think I don't know. I guess maybe it's easy after playing it for so long. Like, I don't think that I'm like that good at microing.
No,
Like
same.
I
That's why I'm asking you.
Well, yeah, I mean, I just like I there's I mean every game like I make major micro errors. Um and so I think like I
Yeah,
wouldn't focus on
micro.
microing
You would
that
focus on
much.
macro.
Yeah, like I think that like and again like you said, I think like most team fights, the way that you're gonna play it is that you're gonna like basically be controlling your double, and then you're gonna be controlling your main. Like you're gonna send your double in,
Yeah.
he's probably going to die, and then that's gonna make it safe for your main hero to go in. Like I think there's a lot of
Okay.
times where you aren't really controlling two heroes anyways, um,
Yeah.
and you know
Yeah,
some
because the main
people,
is like the main is heading towards the fight, or the main is just
yeah,
plopping down wraiths, like from the backline. Well, way from the super backline. Oh, sorry, like from way back.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay. Okay.
I think some
That makes
people
sense.
like you know meme on like, oh my god, he's only controlling one hero, he's only playing the double, but like that's conceptually right. Like obviously, you know, there's like more that you could do. Like, yeah, obviously, I think I think I think what you should aim for in fights when you're microing is while your Tempest double is alive, your Tempest double is the carry, and then your main hero is like
Yeah.
a backline spellcaster. Like your main hero is like
Yes.
casting magnetic fields and spark wraiths from a
Yes.
safe distance, and then your Tempest double is the main guy. Um,
Yeah.
and you know sometimes eventually like or I guess what I'll say is that though that's the situation where your two heroes are going to be on not on the same screen, which is like probably the hardest to
hmm
micro. It's easy,
No.
it's
Yeah.
much easy to micro two heroes if they're on the same screen, obviously, but I think that's
True.
like one of the
True.
things that makes Arcwarden one of the most difficult micro heroes. Is like unlike Meepo, in fights when you're playing Meepo, almost always your all of the Meepos are on the same screen. I'm not saying microing
Yes.
Meepo is easy, but like
No,
that's
of
a
course not.
facet of Arc Warden that you don't see there. But
Yeah.
if they're not on the same screen, then probably your main hero uh is just casting spells, which is not that bad, I don't think.
Mhm.
Um
No, because then you don't have to center on the main hero.
yeah, you're
See
just
the
like
range.
you just
You
tap
can see
over
the
to it to
range
cast
thing.
a Spark Wraith and then it's fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Um
Oh, I will say this. This is something that some people might find this helpful, but I have control. Select heroes always space for me, because league mechanics. That's where you can center on it. But
mhm.
like I have a control group. The control group for my clone is like in a very comfortable spot to me. It's literally right below the double button. It's on F. So just
Oh
I
nice.
can easily tap. yeah, I can easily tap between the two control group. I the only times I use tap is when I do the like the full well, the one shot combo.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah.
I don't really use tap. I have a lot of I have a lot of control groups set down. One for illusions, one for what are they called? The Necrobook units. When you get those, I have one dedicated to the double. I've recently added another control group because I've started playing Illusion Heroes. So I also come from like a bit of an RTS background, so it's not that that is it's not that that's foreign to me.
Mm-hmm.
But I will just yeah. Right. So it's rather easy for me to just I could easily select the hero and just do those things. But yeah,
That's good.
okay, I gotcha. Yep. Very nice. I think this has been productive. And I will try to make Juggernaut players cry.
Good. Do it.
Good. I will. And also caster build. That should be what I'm should be what I'm gonna be experimenting on. What were other things? I'm just gonna go through down the memory. Don't enter a fight without Tempest Double. Don't commit your main hero to those things as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Try to use the Wraith to don't level Mag Field until it's unless it's necessary to win the lane, because you can secure runes without it just by using wraiths and flux. You can go for a rune fight. I know that you specifically mentioned that was in the laning guide, but you specifically mentioned it to go for rune fights. So yeah, all right.
Anything
This
else you want to talk
I will
about?
say. Um, no, actually think this was very productive.
Good.
Even though the replay was kind of pulled out of a hat. So I will say thank you very much. That was very wow. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Let me know if you want to meet again. Um.
Of course. I will. After I've played around with the caster, but I'm sure I'll have a bunch of other questions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. All right.
uh,
Have a good day, and I'll talk to you later.
yes. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time.